Hi there again, everybody. Welcome back to Prestige Auctions. My name's Carl. I'm the auctioneer down here at Prestige Auctions in Grimsby. And today we're going to be talking about something that has kind of gone out of fashion just a little bit over the years, as many items have. Many people come to the auction and with things for valuation days and think that everything that used to be worth lots of money is still worth lots of money. Well, sadly, that isn't the case with everything. And the item that we're going to be talking about today comes under the China bracket. Now, China, by its very nature, has become less desirable these days than what it used to be. Of course, lots of people used to have Royal Dalton and Royal Albert and Goss and Arcadian and all sorts of stuff all over the house. And of course, times have changed. Younger people don't really want this much stuff as much as what they used to, as the older generations did. People are changing the ways. People are more interested in having sort of more modernist things around, like things that they collect and things that they like. So the item that we're going to be looking at today is this right here. So this stuff here is called Crested Ware. Why did it get its name? Well, back in the day, people used to buy these items, and on each of the items would be a crest. And that crest would usually be to somewhere local, and lots of different places around the country, particularly around the UK, would have this for sale in gift shops and so on and so forth. And it would have usually the crest, the local crest of the local town or city that it was purchased in. And of course, we are here in Grimsby. We see lots of these come into the auction room with the boar's heads on them, which is the Grimsby crest. And these items here, as you can see, I'm trying to sort of focus in a little bit on these for you. See if we can just focus that in a bit better. So these items here, a lot of them would be of monuments, and there would be jugs, and there are sort of a range of sort of old Roman artifacts and stuff as well, things like this, and and a lot of them would have the names underneath. Now, a lot of these were made by a company called Goss, Arcadian Ware, it would say on them, and these items were for many years extremely popular, and lots of houses would be buying these up, and people would be bringing them as gifts and that back from holidays and such like. As you can see there, they're all different sorts. Look at that imp in the corner there, that one there, and then sort of monuments. And I've seen ones of Big Ben. I've even seen ones of the famous Grimsby Dock Tower, one or two of those around. But sadly, as so many things over the years, it's become less and less popular. And now, where these were used to be sold in maybe ones, twos and threes, they're now being sold like this by the tray. However, and there is always a however, some of this has remained popular. Not as popular as it was, but the stuff that we are looking at is this, military. So anything that was involved with the military around the world wars still remained relatively popular. So you had things like this, so you would have the crested ware on them, but you'd have gunners on guns, and frigates and attack boats and field guns, and then this one here, if you look at this one, is a submarine. Again, quite a nice piece, and you'd expect to see all of the same sort of things on the bottom, as you do on all the other crested ware. But these military pieces, a lot of people collected. Once again, these aren't as popular as they used to be. However, they're a lot more popular than what these pieces are. So if you are looking for this stuff, if you find this stuff kicking around, and you find some of the rarer military pieces, then they can still be worth a few quid. You'd have sort of military monuments and stuff like that. Look on that one there. You can see, look, there you go, 1914 to 1919, talking about the war. But some of the ones that can be worth a few more quid, not this one so much, but these little ambulances, you see a lot of these with the red crosses on the side. But one of the things you particularly want to look out for is bulldogs. People love bulldogs, especially when it comes to crested ware. And if you look at this one here, there it is, probably Winston Churchill in his Union Jack top with a bulldog on there as well. And again, this is the kind of stuff that is still collectible. And of course, we are still selling that by the tray, but if you look at that compared to that, how much on the tray there, and then how much on the tray there, it's a huge difference. And of course, we've got another tray at the back here, and again, field gun, again, but you know, it's probably named to a different place. So you'd have all sorts of leaders and things. If you look there, there's all the colours of the Allied forces and things down there as well. And it says there, the flags of liberty. So there you go, France, UK, and so on, Belgium, etc. And then you would also have tanks like this one. You know, that, I'll try and focus in a little bit for you. The tank there. Now, if you look at that tank, I imagine if you turn that one round, it's where the crest will be. There you go. So you've got the crest there. And then this one, you've got more naval boats and things, all with the crests on and things, frigates and things. And then this one here, like I say, we've seen that one already, but then we've got another ambulance at the back, that one there. And then this one here is a hand grenade. Look at that there. I mean, that's a pretty cool looking thing, that one. There you go. And then it's got the city of Liverpool on that one. So you can have the liver bird and that on there, and you've got the pin for the hand grenade, and then all of the information on the bottom. And then last but not least is this bulldog. Look at this little bulldog down here, sat looking all fierce and very British, and looking at you again with his crested thing on the back there. So there you go, everybody. That's Crested Ware for you. What's it worth these days? Well, I would say a tray full like that is probably going to make £40–50. Some of those items on there would have made that on their own back in the day. And probably the same with this one here, £40–50. Again, with single items doing that back in the day. This one here, sadly, what's this going to make? Probably £10, maybe 15 on a good day. It's one of those that's just not that popular anymore. But add a little bit of subject into it, add a little bit of military into there, and things are going to change. So you can sometimes see this bits and bobs scattered around charity shops. So if you are seeing this stuff in and around charity shops or on boot sales or things like that, then look out for the military pieces. The military pieces are certainly going to make you more money selling them online on places like eBay and such like than these items here. These, whereas old-fashioned dealers used to go looking for these and they would buy and sell lots of them, they're not going to net you that much money anymore. So in this one, Crested Ware, it's still collectible to some people, but people like the military stuff rather than the old stuff there. So there you go. If you do enjoy this content that we put out, giving you information on stuff to buy and sell at auction, then do give us a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, and of course, hit that all-important subscribe button. Thanks ever so much for watching this one. We'll see you all very soon at the auction.